Setting up an Acoutrack for first tracking. As you can see here on the screen, there's tracking, setup, and tools. So I'm going to press OK so that I can get into the setup menu. And then you'll have the following options: GMT correction, hydrophones, GPS data, and of course factory, and that's just for us here at the production facility. So in the first case, GMT correction, at the moment I am -4, so you just have to hit the down arrow here or up arrow to get to -4 GMT correction for this location. And then to get out of it, just press the back arrow here, the one on the left, and you should be back here to the main screen, main menu items. You go down again, go to the hydrophones, press OK, and now you're going to have a rough sound speed in water for your location. This defaulted to 1456. I know our area is about 1473, and that is in meters per second. It has a lot to do with the fresh water and the temperature, of course. Now to get to the next menu, the space, how far apart your two hydrophones are. So you just hit the arrow to the right and you should navigate to the next section there, and you set the space. In my case, I'm at about 2.7 meters apart for the hydrophone tips. Now this is just the tips, and they're set rigidly on my boat, so I'm going to move that over to 2.7. I believe I have to go this way, yes. So mine are 2.7, a little less than 3 meters apart. And mine's on a pontoon boat. Okay, so to get out of this menu, you hit the back arrow again. And now I'm going to set GPS data. So you can just navigate by hitting the down arrow and then press OK to get into the GPS. Now, GPS does take a lot of power, so because it's constantly going, it does it by interval, so it really just tracks the location of your boat at the time it picked up a detection. And anyways, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to turn the GPS to on right now. As you can see, it says off. I'm going to hit the plus sign, I'm going to turn it on. Now to navigate to the interval, this is how many seconds that your unit here will take a GPS fix. So we hit the arrow to the right to get to the next level, and I'm going to set my interval at about 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds it will try and get a fix on a satellite. Now you might not be able to see satellites, or it might be only picking up 3, so I'll give you varying degrees of. So I'm going to give it a good 10-second time frame so they can monitor where my boat is with the Acoutrack every 10 seconds and get a fix. This does not attach to the data, it's sort of a separate item. Okay, so to get out of here, you just press the back arrow, and then the back arrow again, because we're going to get out of this main menu. There's only factory left, and we're set up for tracking. Okay, so now we go up arrow to get to the tracking, and then press OK. And as you can see, there's start. So if I pressed OK right now, it's going to give me, it'll just start right up. It'll track right immediately. But what I really want to show is the audio here. So as you can see, the small red line at the bottom of audio, that's the sound. And if you want to hear it a little louder, you just hit the right arrow, and as you can see, it's just increasing here. Now you notice that the audio X has been going on and off and on and off. That's because there's a link between these keys and that center key. So before you leave, before you start tracking, make sure that that X is visible. Alright, so now I'm going to go down one to code. I'm going to show you codes. This is just, there's a triplet value for this particular one. It's a map type unit where there's 3 codes to every ID. So I'm just going to show codes, and as you can see the X appeared there. And now filter is if you're out tracking, you've got a particular ID value that you want to track. So basically you can just select filter, turn it on, and then go to the input, this input here, and press OK. And I'm going to track code value 79,100. That's the temperature pressure. So I'm just going to go 7, OK, and then as you see it populates there, 79,100. And then you just go OK, and it'll only track 79,100 when that filter is enabled. So right now I've got the number in there. I'm going to go up. I'm going to turn off filter because what we want to see is basically tracking all IDs, but I happen to have a particular ID that I want to track in the future when I'm out in a boat. So I'm just going to turn on start here. And as you can hear, that hissing noise in the background, a lot of people don't track using audio because of that, and my audio is quite high. Now, as you can see here, this is populated with a lot of codes. There's a lot of noise here, and I'm in the office. I have tag on my desk. I'm just going to turn on one particular one, my 79,100. And I put it right by the hydrophone and see what happens here. Oh, there you go. So, see 79,100 there, and it's populated with a fairly high value. Oh, it's a long way away. Okay. So now I'm going to turn off codes just so that you just see the 79,100 value. And it's giving a temperature of 35. I'm going to just move this over to the other hydrophone. Hopefully that shows up. It is showing up at 10 on this particular hydrophone. And 92 on the other one. But we are on a desk in the middle of the room. And now I just want to show you that when you turn on the filter, you only track 79,100 on either hydrophone. So you can see the one white is on the left-hand side, and the one on the right, the one on the right has a hydrophone on it. That's why you're getting a significantly larger value. It's showing this 91, giving a pressure of 0 and a temperature of 37 degrees. So that's how you start and track with the Acoutrack. I'm just going to turn the audio down now. But you can listen on earbuds as well by just putting it in the side here. And now you can hear on earbuds, it'll give you directionality. So if you have one on the right and one on the left, you'll hear, if you hear it more on the right one, you'll hear it louder on this one, and more on that one, then it'll be louder on that one. Now, I'm going to turn the audio down quite a bit because even I can hear it through the earbuds. It's fairly substantially loud. So I'm just going to hit the down arrow a couple of times. And as you can see, sometimes it goes off, sometimes it goes back on. I'm really going to try and get it back down to a nice, quiet value and then turn it on. You can still hear it. It's a little bit loud still, but it's now showing 79, 100, 92 on the one hydrophone, 10 on the other. And that's how you start tracking.